Testing 1 2 1 2. This is Tuna Ballet. July 9th, 2024. I'll just be chit-chatting for the most part about movies, books, crochet. I do have a scarf on my knitting needles. I actually have 2 projects on a couple of knitting needles. I have a Doctor Who scarf on one knitting needle, and I have what do you call those headbands you put on when you wash your face? I got one of those on some knitting needles. Also, update on my June cardigan. I washed and dried it today. And looks like I will need to go in and tuck in some of the yarn into that came through after the wash and dry. I just regularly washed it and dried it. I no settings, which now that I'm speaking about it out loud, I could have put it on delicate to see if that would have done a difference. So what I did was I ran it through the washer machine twice, once with detergent and then a second time without detergent to get any of the residue of the detergent clearly off. And then I put it in the dryer by itself. No softeners or anything, not even when I washed it. And it's a washing machine. It's a top loading washing machine. Yeah, it's a top loading washing machine without an agitator. So that to give you an idea of how it washed. So there's no agitator, and it's a top loading washing machine. So yeah, and the ends came out. I don't know. I'll just have to rehide the ends and go from there. I had somebody interested in the cardigan. They were supposed to receive the cardigan today. I wasn't anticipating on the ends coming out after I washed it. Because I'm not, that might have been my second. No, that's not my second one. My third something another that I've washed. My third crochet project that I've watched since I've yeah. So I'm not too familiar with that process. Um, but yeah, that's looking like an additional step. I do know from watching other people that some people wash their items before they sell them or gift them, and some people don't. That's all I know about washing it, except for like, okay, you can the other things I do know, like you can wash acrylic to get it soft with conditioner. Um, it's just I wasn't too familiar with the loose ends coming loose during washes because not everybody experienced that I've heard of. Like it's not a thing to like it's not a conversation. Like it's like a passing say and then it's like on to the next thing. So yeah, so like it's not a topic. It's just, oh yeah, this happened or it didn't happen and then the topic. So this has become a topic for me because I have experienced it recently. And I called it my June cardigan. It was done. Put the finishing touches of it on it July 1st. I actually think I started that cardigan in May actually. Um I think I didn't clock myself, I didn't time myself. Um till I got a lot of till I started consistently crocheting on it. And I finished it in June. That's why I'm calling it my June cardigan because I finished it in June. Not necessarily that I started in June. I'm not for sure if I started it in June. I might have. Like I just didn't clock it. I didn't clock it. So another thing I didn't clock is or I did clock. I actually did clock. So I clocked when I completed Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I completed that over on Goodreads. But I thought I didn't clock it because I didn't come over here to YouTube to tell you guys. So when I did complete the book and I clocked it over at Goodreads and I didn't come over to tell you guys here on YouTube, I was like, oh, I just thought to myself, like, oh, I didn't clock it. I didn't tell them when, so I'm not going to be able to tell them when. But yeah, you guys can check it over at Goodreads. Um, I don't know if I'm going to read another Harry Potter book. I may. I love the fact that I saw a young lady enthusiastic about reading the book. That's what interests me in reading the book so that I can enjoy the book as well as she was enjoying the book and have my own experience enjoying the book. And so I read the book and what I might do my next read is actually is um listen to the book with another narrator um, on a post for explaining that some Harry Potter Latin commands work with iPhones. In the comments, I saw that some people were saying that another narrator was better at narrating the book than another one, and or that was their preference. And the other person was like, "Well, I heard this guy, and he did very well narrating." And then they were like, "Yeah, but this guy." So okay, so I heard one narrator, so the next book, or maybe the same book, I'll listen to with the other narrator to see if that did anything. But as the other person was saying, yeah, the narrator did well. They did the changes of the voices with the characters and things like that. But the other person was like, yeah, but this person. So next time, either I'll listen to it again or another book, because the young lady that I had got into Harry Potter books after, she's in another book already. So I don't know if I'll go and read that book she's in. Um, I haven't done it just yet. I do have a list of books already before I even started Harry Potter. So I don't know. Before I start another Harry Potter book, I am listening to this book called The Rules of Luck. I think that's what it's called. And I'm listening to that. It's about a tarot card reader who um gets asked to read someone's fortune, and gets paid a large amount of money to do so. And yeah, so far that's what the book is about. I mean, I am further on. It's just I'm so further on that I could possibly spoil it if you wanted to read it for yourself. It's called the rule of luck. And yeah, so I'm reading that. And I do have other books on um my list to finish reading this year. It's my um reading book challenge that I've set on Goodreads to read my books that I have on my wish list and that I've downloaded. I have downloaded some books already that are awaiting my arrival to read them. So yeah, the next Harry Potter book is not on my list. It's not on my reading list. Um, neither was the Goblet of Fire, but I felt like I just had to hop in and read it to see if I could see what all the hoopla was about, because it seemed so well enjoyed that I um read it. So yeah, I read a Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Chamber, I mean the Goblet of Fire. And oh, and now also the other book that I presented to you all that I was reading is Black Labor White Wealth. I'm on chapter 2 of that book. So there you are. You have your update of where I am on um my reading agenda that I had presented to you previously in a previous live. Um so yeah, those are the two books that I'm reading at the moment. Um Black Labor, White Wells by Dr. Claude Anderson. And the Rule of Luck. I don't know who that's by. Um Offhand, I'll have to go and look at it um to tell you who it's by. I don't have that up. And I don't have any of those books on my Goodreads links just yet. Um so yeah, that's the update on the books. Um Crocheting. I'm crocheting 2 strands of worsted weight yarn with the crochet pattern that I was crocheting with in the month of June. I am um the 2 skeins that I'm using at the moment had are came from the same lot. They're like twins. Oh my goodness, they're like twins. I didn't post a picture yet, but I did take a picture because I wanted to see if they were from the same dye lot, because I was wondering why the colors were matching up like they were instead of sporadic and random. The colors are dang near matching up perfectly coming out of 2 skeins. So I looked at it, I was like, okay, so that must mean they're in the same dye lot. And yeah, they're in the same, they have the same dye lot number, and they're like minutes apart. I thought that was so precious. It has not just the dye lot number, but the time. Like they're twins. Like it has the time on there and the date. So I took a picture of it. I haven't posted it yet. I haven't even updated this cardigan as far as like pictures or anything on Instagram. I just have the June updates up. But yeah, I just thought that was so cute. Like the the yarn color is neon stripes. And that's really the first time I've paid attention to dye lot. Is it called dye lot numbers? Yeah, dye lot numbers. Lot LOT S, or dye lot. I don't know if it's a dye lots. It's dye lot DL. Yeah. So yeah, that was the first time I paid attention to it because um of the different colors that are in the skeins and how they were matching up. And it has the time on there. One of them is like I think it said 302, and then another one is 308 or 309. So they're like minutes apart on the same day. And it was 7/7/12. It was July 7, 2012. I think it says on the package, on the dial number. I was like, oh wow, it's they were born in July, and I'm crocheting with them in July. So yeah, that's my recollection of the yarn label that I took a picture of. I also had to frog a row, but I overestimated how much I had to frog, and I frogged 2 rows, or like 2.5 rows. And I was like, oh, this would be a great to show where to frog when you Need the Frog. I had missed the last um chain two stitch, and it was like 2 rows down. So yeah, after I fraught like 2.5 rows, I realized I only had to frog 1 row or something like that. And like I really needed to mark where I needed to stop at so that I didn't pass it. But I mean, I passed it, and then I sat there and I re-crocheted it over again. And yeah, so now we on to the next row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8. 8, 9. So about 2, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2 to 3 more rows to go. And then on the body of the cardigan, and then comes the cuffs, or the cuff. Is it called the cuff? The border to the body of the cardigan, and then the sleeves. I don't know if I'm gonna do a border though, because I'm like, I don't know. I'm about to play yarn chicken. It feels like, um, but I guess I'll go ahead and do the body. I guess I'll go ahead and do the border of the body, and then worry about the arm, or not worry. I'm not worrying. I'm gonna finish the body, which is about 2 to 3 more rows. Go ahead and do the next step, because I had previously mentioned like I wasn't gonna do the border, but I don't know. It might need a border, but I'm kind of thinking it don't, because the colors are so colorful. But the border would make it even more so. So I don't know. The border will help it make it look finished, I guess. For some reason, I thought to skip on the border and just go to the sleeves. And that reason is because of my yarn amount. That's why I'm thinking like that. Like the sleeves might wind up short. I don't know. The sleeves might wind up. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to try. I'm just gonna have to see. Um, the reason why I'm like, I don't know is because I went and looked at the pattern, and the pattern calls for like 2,660 yards of yarn, and I have 1,800 or 900, maybe 800, 1,800 something, somewhere around there. So I don't have the whole two. So that's why I was like, wondering where is it gonna come up short. Um, that's where that's stemming from. And I didn't even well, I didn't worry about it too much with the previous cardigan that I crocheted, because I had new skeins that I was working with. Um, um, Almost for each section of the cardigan was a new skein. So for the top part, it was two new skeins, but a little bit of one skein. Then for the bottom part, it was a new skein, and for the sleeves, it was a new skein. Um, and for the border and the cuffs, it was a new skein. Even though, like, what I should, I got a mind to do is to gather up what's left of all the skeins and take a picture of it to show what's left from creating that project. Because it's not a lot, not a lot. It's like I had just enough. I had more than enough. I actually had more than enough because there is some left over. So, I was thinking of looking at the labels to see what that yardage added up to to see if it was the amount that the pattern called for. I have to look around and see if I have the labels to do that. So yeah, I'm just crocheting and trying to, and doing my best to like not worry about this um feeling like lack of yarn. uh and just crochet. So yeah, just crochet. um is there anything else? Oh yeah, so that's all the crochet. um I thought I needed some more yarn, like I said, to add up to the 2,600 um 60 yards. And then I started thinking what I had, what I had. So instead of using this yarn for the border or the bottom, like I was starting to think like what I did have to add to it, because I do have yarn. I was thinking like what colors, and then I needed two skeins to um crochet them together. Now, also for the previous cardigan, I didn't need to crochet two skeins together. So that's where it's like, is what is it like called unfamiliar territory. So I do have four skeins. So okay, so the June cardigan, you can see it on my Instagram. The June cardigan took one, two, three, four skeins to make. Okay, and I had the four skeins, and I did not what do you call that? Double strand them. It was a single strand. It was a single strand. This July here, this cardigan, I do have four skeins. One of them has been worked in, so it's not the whole skein. Actually, maybe two of them has been worked in, and it's not the whole skein. Um, Two of them were new. Two of them had been worked in, so I do have four, but they're not four new ones. And I have to hold two strands together, so it's different. That's where that comes from. It's different. So I was thinking I do have a black skein, but I was thinking I don't know if I have two black skeins. Like I know I don't have two free black skeins that I know of. I do have one black skein that I know of. And I would like the light up crochet hook. I don't know if there's a single one that's 5.5 millimeters. And that's what I'm using. No, I'm not. I'm not using that. I'm using a 5.5 for the um vest, the granny square vest from um Crafts and More. Her name Crafts something more. I'm using a 5.5 with that granny square vest, and I'm using a black yarn. Um, right now with this cardigan, I'm working with a 9. I'm working with the M hook. M as in more. Mindful Crafts and More. Mindful Crafts and More. I'm working with a 5.5 millimeter hook with her granny square vest. So I do have in my I am in the market for a 5.5 light up crochet hook for that, and then using a a, a black yarn. I would like a 9 M for this one. Um, so yeah, I was thinking of what combinations I could use of yarn, and seem like it would have to be either the same skein colors or black. Cause I was trying to think, well, if I do like a different color, because I do have like this same type of lavender that's in here. If I do that, I still have to use two strands. So if I was to use the black and the lavender, that will make a whole nother pattern color. And that would kind of like make a funky color pattern. Like it's already colorful and got patterns going on, but if I was to add two different strand colors to it, then that would make a whole nother color pattern. So yeah, I'm not feeling that. I think it would have to be two solid colors maybe. Um I'm trying to crochet and talk, and I don't know what's going on. Something has happened in a previous row that looks like my stitches closed. Hold on. Yeah, something. Okay. I don't know what I did right there. Looked like the stitch was wrapped up on top of the uh stitch. Um, 1, 2. I did crochet without looking on a couple of my stitches, so maybe that was one that I did that with. I did try and stitch with my eyes closed for a few stitches, um, to relax to relax my eyes and keep on stitching. um, to try and sleep while I crocheted. um, let me see. So yeah, I did crochet a few stitches without looking. I had my eyes closed. Um, and it seems like those stitches feel different. I don't know. uh, I do know quite a few people that crochet without looking, and I'm like, teach me, sensei, like for real. Teach me, guru. Teach me your ways. Um, that's a real. I mean, it's already a skill to crochet. When you crocheting and you're not even looking, you get to save your neck and your back, your upper back, and from looking, and your arms from holding up your project to see where you're looking. And um this project here, because it's 2 strands, been picking up my I have been picking up my stitches, so it's like a new crocheter all over again. I've been picking up every stitch. Like, my crochet hook has not done the work, or I haven't let it. Hold on, okay. I just attempted to allow it to pick up the stitches for me instead of me picking it up. And that was the first one. Other than that, for the whole, I'm on like row 10 maybe, and I just allowed the crochet hook to do the work. I've been picking up these stitches all the while. Let's see if I can get the crochet hook to do the work. I don't know. I just hadn't trusted the crochet hook to do the work, because it's a bigger crochet hook, and it was two crocheting with 2 stitches, and my yarn, okay, is not staying where I put it. It's these 2 big skeins, or they dwindled down, and they can fit in the bowl now, but they don't stay in the bowl because when I unravel them, they hop around. So I'm really thinking that um a skein, what is it called? A skein holder would be great for me, because I'm pulling from the outside of the skein. That's what I've been doing um with the other cardigan and this cardigan. I've been pulling from the outside, and Out Knots shared a unboxing of a skein holder that she had, and it held like, I don't know how many skeins, like 3. It probably held more than that, but you could put whole skeins on them without turning them into cakes. And you could pull from the outside and crochet like that. It's pretty big. It seemed pretty big. Um, to be able to fit your skeins. So I'm thinking that I could utilize that because I pull from the outside. I mean, the skeins are hopping around. I mean, it would flow better. Um, I think with the skein holder, um, instead of so what I've been doing is pulling from the yarn, and I mean it's working. It's working, but I am seeing where I could utilize that tool. Um, with the skein holder. So yeah, that's that. Oh, and I told you guys that I'm trying to use this hook again. I told you guys that Outknots has a crochet cardigan playlist, right? I went over to indulge in the crochet cardigan playlist goodness, and it's gone. Her crochet cardigan playlist is no more, it seems, at the moment. Um, so I was like, I told you all about the crochet cardigan playlist, and now it's gone. It's vanished. Y'all gonna go over there and say, where is the crochet cardigan playlist? And then you'll find other stuff to watch and enjoy. So yeah, this crochet cardigan pattern that I'm working with is from her at is HECTANOOG1 here on YouTube. And anything um she posts regularly, and this was one of her posts. It's been what, a month or so now with this one. Um with this pattern. Um Actually probably longer than that. Um but yeah, this one is on a different channel. The one I just spelled out. Um so yeah, I like her channel. Her channel is one of the few channels I discovered while looking up how to crochet or how to knit. Um, and so I subscribed to her and had in my head that I would come back to her channel after I learned. She does teach a bit, a little. Uh, I just didn't learn on her channel. To oh well, some a little bit, but for the most part, and getting the gist of crocheting. I went to DIY Creations channel to learn, and then I would go back to the other channel and make this cardigan. Because it's not actually a lot that I have made from her channel. I did attempt a mesh stitch something or another, and my yarn had gotten tangled, so I had stopped. I stopped with that till I untangle my yarn, and it's still up. It's still up in the stuck. So yeah, this is like maybe no, it's not. It's not the first. The first thing I made of hers was actually I didn't even follow the pattern to the exact T because at the time I didn't know how to crochet. She crocheted a square. The the woman crocheted a square and turned it into a bunny. And so at the time I didn't. I don't know. I didn't crochet a bunny. What I did was, or a square. What I did was loom knit a square. So I learned how to loom knit and made a bunny like that. And but now I've learned how to crochet thanks to DIY Creations. Um, I learned where to put the stitches. Um, I still have questions on where to put the stitches when it comes to the last stitch. That's always like a question for me, like where, like on the last stitch, it's I don't know, it's I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out. But yeah, on the last stitch, it seems like um I don't know. Just when it comes to the last stitch, I'm like, okay, where to put it? It's just uh like when I think it's like when I'm going in a circle. When I'm going in a circle, I'm like, okay, where do I put the stitch? So yeah, um, that's what I have asked myself that question uh last month while I was crocheting the sleeves to the cardigan. I might even ask myself that question again this month. Um, DIY Creations is holding hosting a giveaway, um, a 500K giveaway. Uh, she's giving away 15. I said a 500K. This woman has reached 15K. She is hosting a 15K giveaway, and she's giving away 15 skeins of yarn plus more, plus more. So you can go over. You can type in DIY Creations in your YouTube search bar and go over and congratulate her and participate in the giveaway. Congratulate her and say congratulations and enjoy her tutorials. She has a tutorial. She has a couple of tutorials on some dresses that I was looking into putting on my list of things to crochet next after I complete my crochet heat. I'm in crochet heat right now. crocheting these I mean these cardigans. Cardigan heat. So far so good. It hasn't been even though it's the summertime, I haven't felt the urge to put down. So I haven't felt the urge to step away from the crochet because it's hot. Um, I've actually been bundled up. Well, not at the moment. But earlier I was bundled up in a blanket, attempting to crochet. So yeah, I'm crocheting this summer. I think last summer I put the crochet down. Last summer I didn't crochet. I did crochet in the springtime. I did crochet in the spring, but when it became summer, I set the crochet down for the most part. This summer, I'm on my second cardigan, and I have started a granny square vest, and I'll be crocheting some more after my cardigan fiesta. I am enjoying this cardigan pattern. Like, what? Cardigans are easy to crochet? What? I love cardigans. I can make my own cardigan. What are you saying? So I'm enjoying this cardigan pattern made available courtesy of uh, capital HECTANOOGA1. If you look up, if you want to look up her channel and crochet the cardigan or anything else that she shares. She also shares like how to do other stuff too. Like she has simple recipes for making your own tortillas. She has recipes for making your own tortillas. I've seen um how to sell how to sell cut baby plants, little plants. Are they called succulent? No, that's a plant. Oh, she sells how to like get things ready to sell at markets. She shows you different things that you can do and sell um with plants, crochet, knitting. She has a blog. Um, I'm attempting to let my crochet hook do the work. Um, Making sure that I get all of the stitches. That's why I was picking up my stitches. You guys, you wouldn't believe how long I picked up my stitches, but whatever. I did. That's how I started crocheting. Was picking up my stitches actually. Um, I was like, wow, I made a whole skirt picking up my stitches. Um, And any other something or another that I made when I first started crocheting, I would pick up my stitches. Um, yeah, really just trying to make sure I get everything correctly, but yeah, and incorporate crochet hook skills into crocheting. Um, what else? What else? Okay, so the last time I did a live stream, I was talking about like not, I was talking about maybe watching Wishmaster. So I did, not that day and not like the next day, like some time had passed. And so I did watch Wishmaster and I loved it. I was like, oh my goodness, especially now knowing that um the actor um Andrew Divoff, after knowing he plays both the Wishmaster character and the character from A Low Down Dirty Shame, which I love that movie. Like the more and more I watch it, oh my goodness, I think I saw something else in it. Okay, let me calm down. After realizing that that was the same man that played what's the name? Mendoza. I wanted to watch Wishmaster again. I was like, I didn't know that was him. When I watched it, um, when I did, and then so now knowing that he's Mendoza, I was like, I wanted to watch it and see if I could see Mendoza. So, eh, he's really like the Wishmaster in this movie. He's not much Mendoza. He kind of sounds like a Power Ranger villain. I looked him up to see if he did play a Power Ranger villain because he was kind of sounding like Goldar a little bit from Power Rangers a little bit. So no, I didn't see that he played a Power Ranger villain. I didn't see it. Um and actually the Jin actually reminded me of Ivan Ooze from Power Ranger, one of my favorite Power Ranger movies. And so I was like, oh wow, what, like, I don't know if one and two, if they all coincide, like the um was it I don't know, the same people working on the Power Ranger movie or the same creator or somebody creating Ivan Ooze, creating the Jin character. Did somebody have a hand in something, because they do seem similar and things like that. So that's what I saw when I rewatched the movie. Um, um, I haven't seen Ivan Ooze recently but from what I can recall and the character, that costume, like they seem similar. They seem similar, and the voice seems similar a little bit. Um, the Wishmaster, the first one is my favorite one. I actually kind of started feeling a little melancholy after I saw Kane Hodder. After I saw Kane Hodder's part, and then like some time had passed, and then I was like, oh, I couldn't recall if Tony Todd was in one or if he was in two. So that's why I started feeling melancholy because I was like, oh, he's in part two. I kind of thought they were all in it together, but like a couple of scenes went by, he wasn't there, and I was like, oh, he's not showing up. Okay, he's in two. I'm gonna have to watch two. And then when he showed up, I was like, yes, 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 yes. I love this movie. So, so this movie has because I like this movie because it had Robert Ingram, Robert Ingram, Kane Hodder, and Tony Todd. That's how they show up in the movie. And now that I know that Mendoza, aka Andrew Divoff, is in it, I like it even more. Like, what? Is it possible? It's possible. I like this movie even more that Andrew Divoff is in it. From a Low Down Dirty Shame, playing Mendoza. Well, he doesn't play Mendoza in Wishmaster, but yeah. So I'm watching it, and um, for to see Mendoza, to see Andrew Divoff as the Wishmaster. This is why I'm watching it, right? So then I'm watching it, and then I see all three of the characters. Um, the big shot characters, and I was just like looking, and I was like, I hope they was having fun. Playing these roles because I just likened it to them getting together and having a play date. I was like, I like when they get together and have a play date. This was fun, and that was my take on um, rewatching Wishmaster, the movie. I was like, yeah, I like when they get together and have a play date. I like seeing them in the movie together, and glad that uh, they were all in the movie together. Um, and I did watch part two. Um, and then when I saw Tiny Lister, I was like, oh wow, Tiny Lister. I think he was the only person I recognized. I have seen this movie before. I just I don't know if I it's like I forgot it. So when I did see Tiny Lister, I was like, okay, Tiny Lister in this movie. Like I hadn't seen it before. And boy, I'll be like, just don't say nothing else, cause they'll say something, and then it'll be in their favorite, and then they say something else, and then that's when the digit get them, and I'm like, dang, you just had to just said the first part and left the second part off. So two, one, and two, Andrew Divoff is is the Digin, is the Wishmaster. So I attempted to watch three, like I don't know, three times, and it's just not. When I saw that he wasn't in three, I was like, I'm done. I don't know the other person that I know of. I don't know the other person. I was like, why isn't he in the other ones? Why isn't Andrew Divoff the Jin? Like, come on now, like even the costume for the Jin is like revamped. Like when um when Andrew Divoff is the Jin, the costume is bulkier than it is in the next films. Like in the next films, the costume seems like it's been refined. So that's kind of why it reminds me of the Secret of the Ooze character. The Digit, the Secret of the Ooze character. His costume is kind of a bit bulky because of his cloak he's wearing. So it kind of gives like that Digin feel, like the first Digin, and in the second movie, the costume seemed a bit bulky. And then in the third film, what I did in the third film, and in the prophecy, the prophecy fulfilled, um, those costumes are thinner, like less bulky. So yeah, less. But yeah, the Digin copy and costume in one and two is the one I'm referring to that kind of looks like the, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, it just reminded me of the Secret of the Ooze. I have an ooze. Um, I did watch the Prophecy Fulfilled to see if Andrew Divoff was in that, and he's not. But I was able to watch it, and then it came to a part. It came to a part where I was like, "Oh, this somebody having fun with their camera." I was like, "Oh, they really having fun with their camera." That's how I felt about that. And so yeah, three. I could not finish watching three for some reason. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's the time that I started watching three. I haven't finished three yet. Um, I almost got the halfway done with three. If I let it watch me, I'll get it. I can get through it. But I stop it so that it's not watching me. Um, because I actually think I woke up. It was watching me, and I was like a little over halfway completed, and I woke up and I was like, "Whoa, I missed some stuff." So I rewound it, and I've rewound it a few times, and I'm like, "Ah." So that's that's it for now. Um, anything else? Um, I did start watching another movie, but I hadn't finished it. Um, called The Spookies, I think it's called. I hadn't finished watching it though. Mm, I have attempted to crochet with music versus watching movies. So I'll play some um, Will Mellow playlist. Will Mellow has a manifestation, a money manifestation playlist that you can listen to here on YouTube and Spotify. Um, that I'll turn on and crochet to. Um, I've also crocheted to the books that I've listened to that I mentioned earlier. Um, is that all? I think that's all the updates. Mm, any other updates you can ask about, and I will answer personally. Should I feel inclined to acquiesce your request? Um, oh, I did watch Axel. I watched Axel. That's so holy. I watched that the next morning it came out. I liked it. Um, put a smile on my face. I actually don't. I think I did watch Beverly's Hill Cop. Um, maybe I don't feel like I was into it, but I kind of do remember like this one that I just previously watched seemed like it had some similarities to the previous one. It seemed like it was the same as like when I say that I'm talking about like the other character that was for the most of the part for the most of the movie, but most of the movie, and then he came back on screen. That happened in the previous movie, I think. So when they did it in this new movie, it seemed like it was like I don't know, a updated version of that happening. Um it's been years since I've seen the other movies. Um I did watch this. I did like the trailers that I saw of this. Um with Eddie in the jacket and whatever he was saying in the trailers. So I was interested with that and watched it and smiled and looked at Eddie and listened to the storylines and enjoyed the movie. I can say I enjoyed the movie. Um, saw it saw it for the movie making entertainment that it is. Um, I like the songs that was played. The same. They seemed like the same songs that were in the other movie. So that was like a toe tapper. Um, and that's it. I do think. Oh, exercises. I know this is not on the marquee, right? So that's it for everything that was in my title. I should say that's it for everything in my title. Um, yeah, that's it. Everything else would be off the topic of my title, like my exercise update is not in the title. I would like to note that I did listen to what's called a fat burning frequency, and I considered that to be my workout for yesterday. Um, I listened to it for over 30 minutes. When I looked down, it said 32 minutes. What did I say? I said over 40 minutes. I looked down, it was like 32 minutes, and I listened to it more than that. So, yeah, about 40 something minutes at least. Um, I considered that my workout um, yesterday. Today I started out with a um, what I did. Oh, I supposed to do 4 sets. I supposed to do 4 sets. I've only done 1 set. I did 1 set per exercise. So 3 exercises: arm and dumbbells, arm with dumb, arm with dumbbells. My lips. I need some water. Let me get some water. Arms with dumbbells. I've done 1 set. So, exercise workout calls for 4 sets. 1 set, each workout 1 minute. Um, so that's what I started out the day with. Um, Later on, I'll do the other sets. Um, I did post it on my stories on Instagram. Um, I am posting things on my threads and on Facebook. So I am posting things on there. I do have pages on there on thread. I have a page on threads and I have some pages on Facebook. Um, Same handle, T1NABA1LEY, so that you can see what I'm posting over there. and chit chatting things about those things. Exercise. I don't know if I posted any exercises on that page yet. I just figured out how to change my pages. I had changed my pages and then I didn't know how to change them back. And I it took me a few days to figure out how to go back and forth to my um from page to page. So I figured that out, and because a lot of what I was posting was going to one page versus another because I didn't know how to switch back and forth. So yeah, now that I have that figured out, I can post on the page posts, which I was posting on the page posts, but I was attempting to post on my profile post. Um, so yeah, I do have stuff on my page. Um, and I can put the workouts there. Um, and you can look him up. My personal trainer can be your personal trainer as well. He's here on YouTube and Instagram. YouTube, I think his name is, oh Lord, what is his name? Brandon, I think, or Brian Palmer. His last name is Palmer. Brandon Palmer? Brian Palmer. Mm. So yeah, I put it in my stories on Instagram. And you can look here on YouTube. You can look up either Brandon or Brian Palmer, and you can see the fitness fitness trainer. The That's what I'm talking about. So I have completed a row just about. I got a couple of more stitches. Couple of more. I did let the hook do some of the stitches. Let me get this last two um um two chains. All right, and one and two. Now we're on to the last row, maybe. I might be on the last row. Let me see. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Okay. I might have to do 1 to 2 more rows before I get to the next step. Um, you can let me know where you've been up to in the comments. You can leave your comments about anything that I have spoken on here in this live stream. You can let me know what movies and shows and books and things that you're doing this summer. And let me know if you've tried the fat burning frequency. Um, I think I'll try that again. Um, I I did go to sleep. I turned on one last night. Fat burning frequency sounds, and I was actually woken up like twice. Like it seemed like I was like invigorated and woke up. Um, versus waking up slowly. It seems like I like popped awake, like uh, so yeah, I'm gonna look at that, see what that's about. Um, that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. Um, and that's it. I'm waiting on your input, so that's where that is. Once again, DIY Creations has a giveaway going on, so you guys can go over there and congratulate her on her 15K, and you can enter her giveaway. Thank you all for um, your attendance, and class is dismissed. Toodles.